This picture will haunt you forever. Heartbroken family tear into scum gunman who shot dead 9-year-old Olivia, amid fury at how gang target, 35, who was chased into her home was released early from prison.
The devastated family of little Olivia Pratt Korbel, who was senselessly murdered in her home in Liverpool at bedtime today, tore into the scum and cowardly gunman who callously shot her dead in a wicked tit-for-tat gang war, and told her vile killer, "This picture will haunt you forever." The beloved 9-year-old is thought to have been the tragic victim of a vicious reprisal among warring gangsters, in which has gone on for weeks, when she was killed by a balaclava-clad gunman who stormed into her house while chasing a suspected rival who saw a chink of light inside. Sharing a photo of beautiful Olivia in an emotional tribute on Facebook, Olivia's heartbroken uncle Peter Korbel said, "Our family will remember this picture of my beautiful niece with happiness and pride. This tiny cheeky little girl with the Korbel attitude thrown in and then some 20, but to the scum that's done this picture is going to haunt you for the rest of your days." The child's cousin Rebecca Louise remembered the 9-year-old as full of sass, as she vowed the family would do whatever they could to help achieve justice. She told Metro, "I don't think I or the family will ever find the words to describe the heartache we have all felt in the past 24 hours. We haven't just lost our Liv. We've lost a daughter, a sister, a niece, a cousin and a granddaughter. Our little Liv, who was full of life, full of sass, and most definitely know what she wanted in life. You had so much potential and a full life to lead beautifully. I can only apologize for the cruel world we live in and the monsters in it. My heart aches so much, and I don't think we will ever digest what's happened.
We will find who did this and we will get justice for you, baby girl. Louis, and I love you so much it hurts. Forever 9 years young." Saying that she knows the family has not only the hearts of the city but the hearts of a nation behind us all, she added, "Let's put this into action and get these weapons off our streets. No other family should ever have to endure the pain we as a family, and especially my Auntie Cheryl, have experienced. No other child should have to lose their lives to these senseless crimes. Forever and always in our hearts, baby." Today, there was fury as it emerged the gangster had been released from prison early on license. He was part of a gang who were jailed for 10 years in total for a string of burglaries across northwest England. Joseph Ney, 35, from the Dovecote area of Liverpool, is understood to be the man hurt in the violence that left Olivia dead and her mother wounded on Monday. He forced his way into her family home while trying to flee a masked gunman, and while the little girl lay dying, Ney, who was also shot, was taken to hospital by his friends in a black Audi. Merseyside police have refused to publicly identify Ney, but earlier said a 35-year-old man injured in the shooting would be recalled to prison for breaching the terms of his release. Detective Chief Superintendent Mark Kameen said the man allegedly breached his license conditions with poor behavior and had been detained in hospital. Ney was jailed for 45 months in 2018 after he and 2 other men led police on a high-speed chase. He admitted 2 counts of burglary, 2 counts of theft of a motor vehicle, dangerous driving, driving without insurance and driving whilst disqualified. Olivia's death is one of 3 fatal shootings in the area in the space of a week and comes 15 years after 11-year-old Rhys Jones was shot dead on his way home from football practice in Croxteth, Liverpool. It comes as officers from Merseyside police carried out a series of raids targeting gun crime in the city today as tributes continued to pour in for the schoolgirl.
Ney was part of a gang who were jailed for 10 years in total for a string of burglaries across northwest England. They were only captured following a 125 miles an hour police chase through Cheshire and Merseyside. Ney was sentenced to 45 months in prison in 2018 but automatically released on license last year. Photographs of a topless Ney in HMP Kirkham, taken in 2019 and understood to have been shared on Instagram by an accomplice, showed him bragging about life behind bars and relaxing alongside fellow prisoners in the warm weather. Ney, who lives in the Dovecote area of Liverpool, was arrested this morning in hospital, where he is being treated for gunshot wounds, for breaching the terms of his release. He will be sent back to jail to complete his sentence. The career criminal has spent significant time behind bars for a host of serious crimes including burglary, theft and drugs offenses. In 2009, Ney was jailed for 6.5 years for serving as a trusted foot soldier in a drugs gang that helped push heroin and crack cocaine onto the streets of Liverpool. Kieran Mullen, Conservative MP for Crewe and Nantwich, told Mail Online today, "The reality is it is a relatively small number of persistent and determined criminals responsible for making the rest of us suffer and, of course, horrendously on this occasion. If early work to get them to turn away from a life of crime doesn't work, the longer they spend in jail the better for the rest of us." The force's Chief Constable Serena Kennedy said the shocking killing crosses every single boundary as the force appealed to the criminal fraternity in Liverpool for information. Mr. Kameen told the BBC, "We are receiving CCTV, we are receiving names, we are receiving information. People are telling us where they were and what areas they were in, which is absolutely fantastic." Urging the community to keep helping this family in every way possible, he added, "Our inquiries continue into the shocking murder of Olivia, and supporting her family as they try to come to terms with this tragedy. We will do all we can to take all of these involved in gun crime off the streets, as this arrest demonstrates. This is not the time for anyone who knows who is responsible to stay silent. It is a time for us all to make Merseyside a place where the use of guns on our streets is totally unacceptable and those who use them are held to account. If you saw, heard, captured or know anything, tell us directly or anonymously and we will continue to act." Olivia was at home with her two older siblings when her mother Cheryl Korbel opened the door after hearing gunshots outside. Ms. Korbel, 46, was shot in the wrist as she tried to close the door on the gunman while Olivia stood behind her. The gunman was wearing a black padded jacket, a black balaclava with a peak, dark trousers and black gloves, and had fired shots at two men walking in Kingsheath Avenue, causing them to flee. Tributes including flowers and teddies have been left near the scene of the shooting amid shock at Olivia's death. She went to St. Margaret Mary's Catholic Junior School in Huyton, where she was thought of as a kind-hearted, helpful and happy little girl, according to her head teacher Rebecca Wilkinson. Ms. Wilkinson said, "Olivia was a much-loved member of our school. She had a beautiful smile, a lovely sense of humor and a bubbly personality. She was kind-hearted and would go out of her way to help others.